Designing, engineering, and installing complete comfort systems. A Good Neighbor Heating and Cooling. And for a limited time, take advantage of a furnace and central air conditioning package installed for only $56 a month. A Good Neighbor Heating and Cooling since 1919. Ready to serve 24/7.
Hi, Casey Hendrickson here with Michiana's Morning News. Had a ton of global warming, climate change news breaking over the past couple of weeks. And we found out that, polar ice caps are melting at a slower rate now than they were 80 years ago. Some of the Asian icebergs are actually increasing in size, not getting smaller. But you still have some people out there saying, hey, global warming's happening. Now, all the scientific data says the exact opposite. In fact, the planet has been cooling for several years as a net temperature at the end of the year. But, we have a problem now where they want to charge you the carbon footprint tax if you fly into Europe and that sort of thing. And so Senator Kerry's all upset. He's blaming the United States for bad relations with Europe because we've been too slow to deal with climate change. The problem is, since 2008, the United States has actually spent $70 billion on climate change. $70 billion. $4 billion alone just from the Department of Defense. And here's the thing. This is Representative Issa. Now, he's talking with John Galvin from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. These are some of the green jobs that the Obama administration considers to be a benefit to society. Here's a couple of them.
What about someone who works at the Salvation Army in their clothing recycling and furniture?
Right, because they're selling recycled food.
What about workers at a consignment shop?
That's a green job.
Does the teenage kid who works full-time at a used record shop count?
Yes.
Really?
How about an oil lobbyist? Wouldn't an oil lobbyist count as having a green job if they're engaged in advocacy related to environmental issues?
Yes.
Thank you.
These are the green jobs now. Well, if you can't create normal jobs, let's just turn everything else into a green job, including oil lobbyists. But there's another thing. I don't know if you heard about this, but there's this new grand scheme to correct the problem of climate change, global warming, whatever they're calling it nowadays. And in fact, they're calling it, I'm not making this up, they are calling it, quote, a cure for climate change. You know what they want to do? They want to spray aerosol up in the air, the same stuff that they told you was actually causing a hole in the ozone layer. They want to spray aerosol with these little reflectors in it up into the atmosphere and get rid of the blue sky. I'm not making this up. They want to paint the sky white. Now, how could you possibly think that getting rid of our natural blue skies could be a healthy, positive thing for the environment? These are the same people that are telling you you can't have large sodas, you can't have any processed food, you have to eat whole organic food, but somehow a synthetic alternative to altering the natural sky is a good thing. I'm Casey Hendrickson, host of Michiana's Morning News on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel.